All right, good morning, everybody. Thanks for coming out again. It's my favorite time of the year in Louisville is springtime, so I guess we're kind of toward the end of spring, but we're moving into summer. But we all know that that is really kind of the most vibrant time for farmers markets in our community, and I really just love the way our farmers markets have grown over the last multiple years here, and just more and more around the community, which brings more and more, obviously, great food, but also good times. I love farmers markets because the vibe at the farmers markets is so alive, obviously, not just with the products, the produce, and whatever the other commodities are there as well, but they're so colorful. You usually go early in the morning, so the air is crisp. Oftentimes there's good music. Sometimes you smell food cooking over to the sides, and you see all kind of people out just with smiles on their face, kind of stocking up their food. You know, and I bet we should probably do this since we're in public health and wellness. If we did a survey, I bet you there's a correlation between happier people and people that go to farmers markets, okay? That's just a hunch, but don't you think? I know we got a bunch of data folks here, but we'd have to prove it with data, but I think it's probably true. So today's a really big step for us because we've grown as a community to where we obviously have a couple dozen farmers markets now, but you know, starting a farmers market, you need to kind of have a good feel for what's going on. There's a lot of moving pieces. There's a lot of entrepreneurs/farmers involved with this, and payment mechanism, organization, communication is not real straightforward. So that's why this is so important today. So today I'm happy to announce that our Louisville Farmers Markets have united to form the Louisville Farmers Market Association to help with all this activity. Are you all excited about that? Yeah. You should be, because this achievement was done with the assistance of the Department of Public Health and Wellness, where we're at here today, and Louisville Forward with a grant from the Kentucky Department for Public Health. So thank you all very much for helping our farmers markets. And to make sure that everybody knows what's going on, the newly formed Louisville Farmers Market Association has already published a guide to farmers markets throughout the city, including other places where consumers can find local healthy foods like Fresh Stop markets and Healthy in a Hurry corner stores. So these programs continue to go on as well. And if you talk to the various retailers like I do, they're all like, we enjoy these programs, we want even more. So good job to everybody. The mission of the new Louisville Farmers Market Association is to help support local food producers and farmers markets is part of our overall effort. When you guys are our champions, so I feel like I'm the student talking to the teachers, but we want to have every neighborhood healthy. We want to have every neighborhood safe. We want sustainable food practices everywhere. We want equitable food practices everywhere. And obviously, we want to eliminate food deserts here in our community as well. So we know that there's a huge market for this. Everybody will remember it was about 4 or 5 years ago when we did our demand study for local food. And the first thing we started with was what is the total potential market. And we consume about $2 billion annually on food purchases here in Louisville, so a big number. Of that $2 billion, about $300 million in one way or another is sourced with our locally produced food. And the study said we have an unmet demand for another $300 million of local food. So if you're a farmer and you're thinking about where markets are, obviously the city is one of our biggest markets. And it's very important to us that we have a healthy connection between our metropolitan areas and our rural areas, and that our rural partners, many of whom are farmers, see the city as an important part of their success, from their financial success through the products they get to the city on the farm. And there are challenges in rural areas, as everybody knows. Our rural areas, you know, back in the day, before large industrial agriculture, were humming with productivity around family farms, the town squares, and our smaller towns, and much of that is under threat right now. So when you drive through rural Kentucky, rural Indiana, anywhere, rural America, you see a lot of that's gone. I'm hopeful that one of the things that increases in programs like this with local farmers markets helps bring back the financial health of rural Americas and the family farm as well. And we have numerous folks that have figured out how to do this through organics, through partnerships with restaurants, some of our larger buyers like hospitals and our school systems. So the more we can do with this, and the more people see our different farmers through farmers markets, I mean, we think about the food side of it as well, but I want you to think about kind of the economic vitality and the rural vitality aspects of this as well. And we all know the more that we're all healthy, whether it be physically healthy or financially healthy, whether it's in our city, in every neighborhood, or whether it's in our rural areas, the better that is for our state and for humanity as well. So there's just all kinds of good things that come out of this. And the point is the market is there. We don't have to make the market. What we found in the demand study was regardless of where you live in the city, whether you're affluent, not affluent, more people wanted to buy local food. And the number one reason they said is they wanted to support local businesses. And by businesses, in that context, they meant local farmers. And in fact, said they would pay a little bit more for that as well. So we know oftentimes when you get good, local, fresh, it costs a little bit more. Now, it also is better, obviously, so people choose to make that choice when they go out and do that. But it's important that we make this as easy as possible logistically to make this happen. And that's what the Farmers Market Association is all about. We also have got to be smart about how we attack this affordability issue. And so I'm really happy to comment that one of the benefits of the association and one of their direct outputs will be to help farmers provide more healthy and fresh foods to more families who use Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program or who have SNAP benefits, and the seniors in the Farmers Market Nutrition Program. So this is obviously targeted specifically at this affordability issue. So starting July 1st, many of our farmers markets will match dollar for dollar the amount of SNAP used at their markets. So we experimented and piloted with that over the last couple of years at a couple of our markets. Now we're going to increase that as well. So obviously what that means is if you go with one SNAP dollar, you get matched with one other dollar. So in fact, it's a 50% discount for the food, which then takes this good local fresh food, below store-bought fresh food as well. So we really got to get that word out so folks can experience the benefit of supporting our local businesses, our local farmers by that, and then just getting great food as well. So this is really a big deal for our community. It's obviously a win for our farmers, and it's a win for our residents as well. It's a win when we talk about the work that we're doing for our Center for Healthy Neighborhoods and getting equity and safety in all of our neighborhoods also. So we're here today, obviously it's a little rainy, but we're at the Gray Street Farmers Market. This is the 9th season for the market that you guys have the benefit of just having right in front of where you work. And it's a collaboration between the University of Louisville School of Public Health and Information Sciences and the Department of Public Health and Wellness. And it serves people, obviously, that not just live around this area, but work in this area as well. So it's a great partnership. The School of Public Health works closely with our Department of Public Health and Wellness, as you all are very well aware of, and other city departments as well to advance public health throughout our city while training the next generation of public health professionals. And there's never been a more important time to be a public health professional with all of the issues that are affecting us globally, nationally, locally. I'd say, issues and opportunities and challenges. But one of the things this hyper-connected world has done is highlight the health issues that are going on all around the world and all around the city. And so your all's role has never been more under a spotlight. And, obviously the big issue right now is opioids, heroin, and people, frankly, just not knowing what to do or how to handle this scourge. So we've been a leader in this state, certainly, in attacking a lot of those things. And I want to encourage you all to continue to be aggressive in both policy and treatment areas. And sometimes that causes a little uproar in the public discourse, and that's just fine. Because you all are kind of at the tip of the spear on understanding a lot of these issues. So it's really important that we take our role here and leverage it as much as we possibly can to get these word out on our health issues, and then how to make everybody healthy and really challenge some of these very difficult problems. So thank you for that. Dr. Blakely, Craig Blakely, who runs the School of Public Health at the University of Louisville, is a tremendously important ally for us in this work, and we've just developed a great relationship with them over the years. So Dr. Blakely, if you could come up and share a few words with us, we'd appreciate it. Dr. Craig Blakely.
I'm not sure what there is left to say. That's what usually happens when you speak after the mayor. Well, thank you for being here today. Again, as the mayor's noted, since 2009, we've been actively engaged with this collaborative effort across the street. And one of the things that's nice is it's a short, few block long street. There's not a lot of traffic. We go back and forth all the time. And so welcome also to all of our friends. We use this meeting room a lot ourselves as well. So the collaborative activities that go on between the city's health department and the university's academic health group is extensive, and we've been really pleased at that. So here we are, mid-May, beautiful day for a farmer's market and ACC baseball, yeah? Okay. Win-win again. So this initiative really fits our goals of being actively engaged as a community partner and making sustainability a priority in the choices and practices that we engage as an academic unit. It also directly supports our public health mission of creating conditions under which people can be healthy, in this case by making it easier for the community and its members to access and eat more fruits and vegetables, replacing as many as we can high-processed foods, and to do so locally, as the mayor has pointed out. We're very proud now that for several years we've been working with the Gray Street Farmers Market, and the fact that we've got this wonderful program in place to accept SNAP benefits and our seniors farmer market nutrition program vouchers, as the mayor indicated. This dollar for dollars exercise really is a win-win for everybody, and we need to thank Councilman Sexton Smith for her aggressive support for pulling this through and sponsoring and supporting this program. We piloted the program last year, as the mayor indicated, and we do have a little bit of data on that clearly paints a picture of a substantial increase in resources spent from that segment of the population. And after launching that pilot, we had basically 4 times as many SNAP users, with an increase of almost 500% in expenditures from that pool of folks. And so that's great data supporting those kinds of things. So again, thank you to District 4, Councilman Barbara Sexton Smith, and even your predecessor was supportive of these sorts of things, David Tandy. There's many we should list in terms of acknowledging support for the farmers market. First of all, we should all go out and say thank you to the vendors that are out there today. Probably is not going to be their best day of the year, but they're here nonetheless. And so these small business owners are really the hub of what makes all this work. Certainly there's been tens of thousands of customers that have participated in the Gray Street Farmers Market over the course of the last 9 years. And then we also need to comment on the volunteers from both Louisville Metro Public Health and Wellness and the School of Public Health, and making this whole operation work smoothly. And then our partners also include Family Health Centers, Norton Healthcare, and the Red Cross have been very supportive of our activities as well. So we're continuing to keep our commitment strong to work with Metro government and the new LFMA, the Louisville Farmers Market Association, to serve as a model for how local farmers can serve local residents and create conditions for a healthier community. I hear the asparagus and strawberries are particularly good today. So now I would like to ask Councilman Sexton Smith to come up and make a few comments. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much, and I love to say welcome to District 4. We are right in the heart of District 4, and those of you that aren't familiar with her geographic boundaries, we're from Irish Hill, Phoenix Hill, Butchertown, all the way over to Germantown, Paristown, Snitzelburg. We got all of Shelby Park, and God love all of Smoketown. She's with us too, and the whole downtown business district, and we go all the way to 24th and Broadway and south of Broadway. And Mayor Fischer, I sometimes wonder, did you leave any land for the other 25 council members? I know you did. But welcome. You know what? I am so excited to be able to be here and share just a couple of minutes to celebrate this magnificent launch. It is greater than all of us together can begin to imagine. To have a local farmers market association launch and a guidebook is going to go a long way to help us all feel and actually be a little more connected. And that's what our vision is in District 4. Imagine a place where everyone feels connected. And what do we want to be connected to? Obviously each other, And we're going to be able to do that through these new food sources and food options. But we're going to be connected to safety and connected to health and connected to education. And one of my mantras is that access to healthful food is a basic human right. And I've always been, in my previous career, I did a lot of leadership training and development and attitude building, and I would always say to folks, you can't choose what happens in life. Life is going to happen, but each and every one of us, we can choose what we're going to do with that happening, and we can choose our attitude. There's something I've been introduced to, though, in my first 5 months on the Metro Council. Not everybody has the same choices. Thank you today for increasing the food choice for so many people, not only in this district, but in the entire area. You're going to make it possible. We lost 5 grocery stores in about a 13-month period. And we all read about it, and we're all shaking our heads, and we understand the data, and we understand what that means, and we all understand economic development. But the fact of the matter is, when I leave here, I will most likely encounter a mom and a couple of kids, or an aunt and 2 or 3 nieces or nephews, or a dad and 5 children, as I did the other day, a young man, Geraldo, with 5 children under the age of 6. And he needs choices. And he's out there trying to make it work. And thanks to you all, he's going to have another place to go. And then in closing, on a personal level, one of the reasons that it was so important to me as your all's councilwoman to support the SNAP program, I didn't really know what SNAP was until I realized it's the same daggone thing that I, as a young single mom with a 2-year-old, was utilizing. We just called them food stamps, and they were actually little stamps in a little coupon book. And I couldn't bring myself to walk into my Kroger the first time that I had to buy my 2-year-old and my groceries with those stamps, because everybody knew me as a national franchise director for a very major corporation here in town. So I went into the Winn-Dixie, which no longer exists, and God plays tricks on us, y'all. I put my food stamps out there on the belt and looked right up, and guess who the cashier was? Cindy Mann. We graduated from Thomas Jefferson High School together in 1975, where I'd been Miss Patriot and cheerleading captain. And you know, it put it all in perspective. But thanks to the support of many people, those SNAP benefits are going to go twice as far. So you guys, together we really will create a great connected community. Thank you for launching this program. Whatever I can do to be helpful, I'm here to do this. So thank you very much, and congratulations.
Thank you, Councilwoman. All right, and thank you for your personal testimony as well. So, to the team here, when you take a look now at the past, I guess, 60 days or so, think about what you all have impacted here in the community. The e-cig and hookah bill that you all worked really hard on. You're increasingly in the media focus for our work around needle exchange and opioids and referrals for substance abuse. The new vending policy, just rolling that out also. And then, of course, what we've done here with the Farmers Market Association and the SNAP benefits. That's a pretty darn good run for, yeah, I mean, really great work. And so I know you all know that you impact lots of people every day, but that's pretty strong. So just keep up the great work, and I really appreciate kind of your tenacity and your persistence. And some of these goals take longer to get to, but by gosh, you guys keep at them. So I'm just proud to be on the team with you all. So congratulations, everybody. Good job.